Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. Thank you so much for the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. I remember bringing Southern Women's video here to us where they started saying that they learned that people that look like me are going to jump them. And the reality is that nobody made such video, right? And I also remember telling you people that there is a nurse involved in that story, looking for a way to, paint Black women bad. Now people are asking them to bring proof of the video where they said that people that look like me or said something like that. And they brought a video of a black congresswoman which that was made in 2020. So you can imagine bringing a video that was done in 2020 saying that it was done in 2024 when like the lies. So Southern women are as some Democrat Southern women came out to debunk the story and calling themselves out, telling them that they have started doing what they know how to do best. That is looking for a way to lie over people that look like me. And you all already know how their tears are because I see a lot of them jumping out saying that how dare you people say such a thing. And some of their men also coming out to defend them. Who are you people defending? But now I feel like what these people are doing with that psychology, I mean, they know that they did something not nice and they are looking for a way to justify the reason why they did what they did. But nobody is actually accusing you. As it stands, Black women on vacation. Let's get into this video.
White women. Come on down to the front. Come on down to the front. I want to share something with you. Y'all got a seat? Okay, yeah, I see y'all got your seats. Listen. When Black women tell you that we are done, to leave us alone, to go and have a talk with your fellow white women who voted for Donald Trump, when we tell you to go get with them, this is what we talking about.
This is a message for all of my fellow Southern white women. Baby, there aren't any liberal or leftist women planning to drive to the South to attack you.
Let them know.
The only people wishing they could square up with Southern conservative white women are those of us stuck here living with you. But it's not because you're conservative. It's not even because you voted for Donald Trump. It's not about politics at all. It's just because you are the fucking worst. Maybe it's because you won't stop trying to fight people in the Piggly Wiggly parking lot in your Tweety Bird pajamas because you're convinced that someone made eyes again at your fugly fucking absentee alcoholic of a husband. Maybe it's because you are consistently an asshole to the 16-year-old working at the local coffee shop because your drink didn't taste enough like the mocha frappuccino that you got at Starbucks the last time you went to the big city. Maybe it's because you insist on taking up 4 parking spots at the local Walmart with your pavement princess of a pickup truck that has never seen a dirt road in its life. Newsflash, darling, you don't need cowboy boots. You work part-time at the local nursing home. Maybe it's because you keep leaving passive-aggressive notes in everyone's mailboxes about how much you hate their multicolored Christmas lights after we've all had to put up with the ugly fucking oversized Trump flag you've had in your front yard for the last 8 years. Maybe it's because you decorate your house with "In this house we pray" and "Live, laugh, love" signs while also being the town gossip. Maybe it's because you've taught all of your little shithead kids to be bullies to everyone else's children at school. Maybe it's because you're constantly up your son's teacher's ass about giving him more extra credit while also being the one bitching about how much teachers make on Facebook. Maybe it's because you park in other people's driveways or on other people's lawns every day at school pickup because God forbid little Timmy have to walk more than 50 feet to get into your car. No one wants to fight you because you are a conservative, Rebecca. They want to fight you because you are a bitch.
Y'all know I love a good read. Listen, tag the source because I got this for her. We need to see more of this and less of the blue bracelets idea, less of y'all getting down in our comment section talking about you're sorry. We don't need any of that. We need more of this.
Oh, friend, I can do this all day long, especially since it's my birthday, and I allow myself to be extra mean on my birthday as a treat. So here is part 2 of a PSA for my fellow Southern white women, specifically conservative Southern white women who have spent the last several days on TikTok playing the victim and falsely claiming that liberal women are driving to the South to attack them. Here are a few more reasons why people might want to square up with you that have nothing to do with the fact that you're conservative or that you voted for Donald Trump. Maybe it's the way you panic anytime you see a man at the grocery store who is even one shade darker than the beige Joanna Gaines curtains you bought off the clearance aisle at Target and immediately assume that he's trying to kidnap you. Baby, you're a 38-year-old mother of 3. Ain't nobody trying to traffic you. Maybe it's the way you constantly run defense for mediocre white men. And yes, I am referring to both your husband and your president. Maybe it's the fact you're constantly bragging about practicing your Second Amendment rights, even though we all know that the people most likely to be harmed by those pew-pews you love so much are your own children. Maybe it's the way you take the Lord's name in vain by putting Jesus in your bio on every social media platform while spitting on the poor, the sick, and the needy. Maybe it's the fact you want to force little girls to carry pregnancies to term, all while being judgmental as fuck anytime you see a young mom using food stamps or WIC in the grocery store line. Maybe it's the way that you insist that none of this is about race while doing your best Carolyn Bryant cosplay. Maybe it's the fact that you continue to play the victim online, despite the fact that, newsflash, you won. Y'all love to claim the left needs safe spaces, yet none of you bitches seem to know where the off switch is for your white lady tears. Maybe it's the way you're suddenly demanding tolerance from us and insisting that we just accept your differences after the last 8 years of you melting down and being crybabies online anytime anyone was even the slightest bit different from you. Your behavior is giving, I just want us all to accept our differences as long as everybody thinks, acts, and believes just like me. Maybe it's the fact that your behavior indicates that you would choose Daddy Trump over your own children. You are aware that just statistically speaking, some of you have gay or trans kids at home, right? And you are aware that those children are likely miserable because mommy won't stop being a bigot online, right? Maybe it's the fact that when it was pointed out to you that you were spreading disinformation and lies that could put other women, particularly black women, at risk of being attacked, you chose to double down instead of just fucking apologizing. How fucking brain dead do you have to be to just mindlessly regurgitate the words of an obvious grifter doing a deeply sad Dollar General Julia Sugarbaker impersonation? Bro has the most obviously exaggerated Southern accent I have ever heard in my life, and you're all just out here mindlessly clapping like seals. Maybe it's the way that a bunch of you descended en masse into the comments and accounts of every black woman calling you out to report them and try to get their content taken down. You don't get to be both damsel in distress and pistol packing penny at the same time, darling. Pick a goddamn lane. Maybe it's the fact that you've never traveled further than your state's capital, and yet you refuse to consider that maybe your perspective is limited and myopic, and you might benefit from just shutting the fuck up for a second and listening to black women when they tell you that something that you have done is offensive. Maybe it's the fact that a simple scroll back in all of your TikTok accounts would show that these extreme Southern accents are fairly new phenomenon for most of you. Pro tip, people from the South can tell when your twang or drawl is fake or exaggerated. Also, it's pronounced Appalachia, not Appalachia. Jesus Christ. Maybe it's the way that you've all allowed owning the libs to become your one desire in life. Constantly regurgitating Charlie Kirk lines is not the same thing as having a personality. Maybe it's the way that you call the rest of us snowflakes anytime we express discontent about a comedian's racist, sexist, xenophobic, homophobic, or ableist joke, yet you crash out at the mere mention of a black Snow White. In closing, I need you to understand there are no liberal women out here spending their free time thinking about you. Your own husband doesn't spend his free time thinking about you. Why would we? Oh, friend, I can do this all.
Listen, my fellow liberals and Democrats, I need you guys to hear me, okay? No one's coming to save us. I know that our hearts want to cling to any shred of hope that we can clasp onto, but we need to be preparing. These next couple of weeks, few weeks that we have left, we need to be preparing. Let me tell you a story, okay? Because I grew up in the South, Christian conservative, extremely poor. Like extremely poor. No food. A lot of times we didn't have electricity. It was bad. It was really bad. But my mom always prayed that God would provide, that we would magically get some kind of check in the mail that would solve all of our problems. And that never happened. She never took action to change her situation, to get a better education, to look for a better job, to move out of impoverished areas. There was never action. It was always just a hope and a prayer that we were going to miraculously get some check in the mail from some unknown person who just wanted to bless her abundantly. And we starved. My entire childhood was filled with lack and abuse. Look, I know a lot of us are in the fuck around and find out era. I am there with you, okay? I am. As someone who experienced a lot of abuse as a 5-year-old little girl, starting at the age of 5, there is no way that I want someone in my life who voted in a predator, a man who is surrounding himself with other predators and putting them in positions of power within our government. I want nothing to do with people like that. But the reality is that there's going to be a lot of innocent people that are collateral damage as a result of this incoming administration. And we need to figure out a way to help them in a tangible way. Because statistically speaking, minority groups are going to suffer the most. And we need to figure out real ways to help people, to help women get the medical care that they need, to get into states where that is still being offered for as long as it's being offered, to help women get out of abusive situations. There are things that we need to be doing to prepare for what's coming, because we're not going to just be saved. I don't care what the astrology girlies are saying. I don't care about the conspiracy theories. We're not going to be saved. We're going to have to save ourselves. As a white woman who was born and raised in the South, I have a message for you other Southern women, you MAGA women who are getting on this app and lying, who are saying you are being threatened by people on the left who want to attack you. Because we all know who pays with their lives when white women lie, when white women shed crocodile tears. It's the black and brown community that pay with their lives when white women lie. You need to knock that shit out. It's not okay. We see what you're doing. The only thing the left has said is that we want nothing to do with you anymore. Not in our personal lives, not when we conduct business. No one said anything about jumping you. You're trying to make yourself the victim and you're just looking silly. Knock it off.
I've been trying to make this video for a while, since last night. I made one and I wasn't pleased with it, only in the sense that I didn't feel like I could express myself the way I wanted to express myself because the anger got the best of me. I know I talked about the woman at Flagstaff. Now I'm going to talk about the trend going around where conservative women are pushing a false narrative that we liberal women somehow have threatened them. I haven't seen any video about that. I haven't done that. And so therefore, they're going to exercise their Second Amendment rights. And I don't know about you, but to me, that's a threat. That's a big threat. It's not anything to play with. Not when emotions are heightened after this election and the world is divided in two. But I could talk to them about ethics and morals, and it would be like talking to a brick wall, because they will assume never any responsibility. But I digress. The original content creator, I think her name was Abigail. I thought hers was even more egregious than the ones I've seen lately. And hers was saying kind of the same thing, that liberal women have threatened Southern women because of the way that they voted. So then she proceeds to pretend to do her makeup with different parts of ammo, if you get my drift. One was a buck. Another one was a 9. Another one looked like a 22. I don't know. I know weapons. I know ammo.
That's what it looked like. But anyway, and that's where this trend started. And the irresponsibility that for you to do that in a time like right now, you know, conservative women, a particular type of non-pigmented conservative woman, right? Non-pigmented conservative woman always pushes false narratives because that's what they've done for centuries, right? And then to turn around and push a false narrative to then be the aggressor in this, right? Because that's not something we can do. You know, it reminds me of Emmett Till, where Carolyn Bryant, remember? She accused him, and later a 14-year-old boy was gone. Brutally gone. And this has been their MO from the beginning of time. You know, whenever they can use their whiteness, whenever they can use their privilege, whenever they can use their fragility, and whenever they can use their victimhood, they weaponize it against people of color. And if you don't remember, because I always come prepared with facts, right? Remember all the videos that surfaced 2020 during the pandemic, right? All the videos of fragile women or conservative women playing victim on the phone while they called the police on people of color, right? Knowing that there was an uptick, especially during Trump's presidency, of police brutality against minority men, right? You know, I am convinced, and I said this and I was going to reserve this, but I am convinced that conservative, non-pigmented people, women especially, because we already knew the men were like that, right? Women especially are ethically and morally bankrupt. They don't care. If you go back to the video of Flagstaff and what that woman did to those children, now you come to this video where we got to open up our app and we're being threatened with Second Amendment rights for something that we're not doing. And when someone takes it serious and someone gets hurt and you are part of the trend, then you can hold yourself responsible, but you're not. You're not, because you will never assume responsibility for anything that you do. No matter how cruel it is, egregious, terrible, unfathomable, you don't care. You don't care as long as you keep your non-pigmented skin, your fragility, your privilege, and your victimhood. I think it's disgusting. But I'm gonna end with this because this video is getting to be too long. I'm going to end with this. We are not in the civil rights movement, and we're not in slavery times. Those same rights that you have, we have. And some of us are a quick shot. Before you take it out your bag, it'll be a double tap. But I digress. Try it if you want.
This is bad. Oh, this is bad. Wait a minute. Let me let you say it how you like to say it.
Oh, this is bad. This is real bad.
Country Crock OG, we figured out why you're not tagging these alleged liberals who are threatening conservatives. Well, I didn't. I can't take the credit. Vanessa did, and I'll be tagging her below. She immediately recognized one of these alleged liberals who's threatening conservatives from your recent post.
Liberals are threatening anyone? Yeah, you right.
It's a warning to you Trumpers.
You used the video of Cynthia A. Johnson, a former Michigan congresswoman.
Cynthia A. Johnson,
Current member of the Michigan Black Legislative Caucus from 2020, to substantiate your claims that post the 2024 election, liberals were making threats against conservatives. Let me say that again. You used the video of a congresswoman, a former congresswoman from 2020, to substantiate your claims that liberals were making threats post-election in 2024.
Be careful.
You can take that off. It ain't 2020 no more.
But it was in fact 2020 when Cynthia A. Johnson recorded that video. Every time you open that phone and record some content trying to sound smarter than me, smarter than us, you prove you're not. Every single time. You might have your conservative audience manipulated, fooled. You don't have us fooled. You haven't beat us yet. You haven't outsmarted us yet. Not once. Every time you think you have, you dig that hole a little bit deeper for yourself.
Ain't nobody gonna break my stride. Ain't nobody gonna slow me down.
We asked you for proof for 8 days straight. For 8 days straight, we asked you for proof that liberals were threatening to attack conservatives, and this is the absolute best that you could come up with. You didn't even recognize that the woman that you used to substantiate your claims was a former congresswoman and current member of the Black Legislative Caucus.
Cynthia A. Johnson, a voice for the people of Detroit.
And the most comical part about this is that the video is from 2020. 2020. 2020.
Fam, let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered, well, who the fuck is this black friend you have when these European Americans are out here and they want to start their microaggressions? And it's always, well, I have a black friend. I have black people in my family. And you're like, well, who the fuck is that? You know who you are if that's you. Let me tell you something. If you are that black friend and you see your European American friend getting their asses handed to them because of what they've said or what they've done, do not intervene. Don't. You let them get their lesson, because if you're that black friend and they're saying or doing whatever they're saying or doing, you ain't doing the teaching that you're supposed to do. And your first priority should be to us, your people, not that European American that says they're your friend. So if there's something that you need to say in defense of your European American friend, it better be a sidebar conversation. Don't come out swinging for them, because we only swinging for us. You let them learn their lessons. It's not enough for them to be safe for you. If they're not safe for all of us, they're not safe. On Black Unity.
So this is how I got from, excuse me, I got from this video. And though the white women spoke nothing but fact, but I still do not trust anyone, and do not blame me, or do not blame black women for not trusting you still. But all you all said are in order and accurate, right? So far, it's really been, I don't understand how they woke up to say that black women or liberal women were getting ready to jump them for no reason, when I never ever heard something like that. If you see a video, I mean, like there is a black woman on low card who stitched a white man's video, right? That man is a nurse. And this man really was all over, calling, saying that they already, I have really seen so many Southern women's video, like so many, how they jumped out from nowhere, to start saying that black women said that they are going to jump. And they decided to use a video, a congresswoman's video from 2020, right? To say that I mean, like, I don't know how the lies came about, but one thing I know is that some people will always look for a way to make up lies just to get attention. And if you look around, most of them are just not trying to get attention. They just want to justify the reason why they voted who they voted for. Now, I am going to say this. I do not even have any problem with, because as it stands, black people in general have made peace over the election, and they are moving forward. And that is something that I love so far, right? But them going around spreading misinformation all around, that black people are going to do this, liberal women are going to do that. I mean, that is really very selfish of some people. It's obvious you all woke up to do what you did. You voted for who you voted, which is okay. And then it's not okay. Let me not sound like I am that peaceful. I am a peaceful person, but when something is not okay, let's be able to say that it is not okay, right? and then come out again to start lying over something we actually do not understand. And then it started spreading that Black women said this, liberal women said that, when sincerely speaking, they did not say anything. I love the fact that the first woman that spoke about it told them that, I mean, how come so many people are very scared of you people, right? Because if you look around, their tears are usually like the most beautiful tears ever. And they have caused so many pains to so many people that look like me, marginalized group, and all that. But for marginalized group, I do not care about them because they also are in support of what they did. Because if they are not fueling their strength, they would not have gone to do what they did by voting them in order to strengthen them. They really messed up, and I am not going getting over it. I will continue to say it. I will continue to say. And I still know that there are so many marginalized groups that voted for Kamala Harris, white women, few that voted for Kamala Harris, right? But now the problem is, how do I identify who voted for who? How am I supposed to identify? So it means I cannot. And the best I can do, the way you all merge us together and tag black, it's all black people. That is also the same way we are going to do it. You all can choose to come down from your high horse. But one thing I am promising you all is that I love the fact that you all did what you did. And just be ready. You all better be ready, because the fire you all lead will absolutely spread. And when it is spreading, do not be scared, because why would you be scared of what you started? So you all better brace up, get ready, because it's really going to be real, big time. It's going to be real. Shout out to black people. You all came out, you all did what you are supposed to do as beautiful humans. The ones that thought that you do not care did what they did. But you all already know, I learned this from you, that they've been voting against their own interests right from the onset. And that also I confirmed. That also I saw. And the best part, nobody is serving democracy. This democracy is going to be for everybody. Till you all learn your own lesson, right? And with everything that happened, they are now looking for a way. How do I remove my vote, or how do I unvote? What are you people okay? You know, it is real and it is real. So to Southern women, can you people just go take several seats? Because I do not see anybody sending messages to you or trying to tell you that you all are looking for a way to come out to justify what you did. Nobody's trying to judge you. Just be your own judge. And you all should just get your community together and educate yourselves, because black women and black men also are on vacation. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.